Hey guys, what's happening? I'm Staff Sergeant Raymond Hoy, and this is your Academy Insider. You may notice got this really nice snazzy desk. Came up with the idea that, hey, maybe we can have a desk a la Jon Stewart. So my lovely crew here that does what they can, they said, yeah, we got a desk for you, and it's a really nice one. It's just kind of, I don't know what that is. That's kind of, maybe we'll work our way up. Man, crazy week this last week. So much so that we weren't able to get to all the news that happened around here. You may notice there's a lot of video from the hockey game. Well, like I've said in the past, we've got to takes it where we can gets it. It's also known as time management. All right, let's get to it. Trying to keep it shorter this week. It's probably not going to happen. First up, we have the LEAD program. The LEAD program is a program in which the Air Force accepts some of its best and brightest airmen into the Air Force Academy. Let me start that over. Now, this isn't a new program, but they did do things a little different this year. Mostly it's just a normal application thing where you apply to the program and wait to hear the decision. This year, however, the Academy brought the applicants out to the Academy to see what this place really has to offer.
Well, my dad has been in the Air Force enlisted side for 24 years. And when he came and picked me up from basic training, I was just like, I love that. Like, I'm gonna have to apply to the academy. And so right when I got home from basic, I just started filling out the application. And I was fortunate because my vice wing commander on my base was also an academy grad, and he helped me out tremendously along the way.
If you're in the Air Force Academy, you're living and breathing the Air Force for 24/7 for 4 years. So
I know a lot of people who are officers and have graduated from here. I've seen the ring on patients while I'm working, and everyone says it's really hard, but it's totally worth it in the end. And the whole opportunity to even come out here and visit it was really awesome.
Each year, the Air Force Academy accepts up to 85 active duty airmen and 85 Reserve and National Guard airmen. I had no idea. Oh, and wouldn't you know it, this week's On Bean is a prep school student. See what we did there? How we tied all that together? That's journalism, baby. Here's cadet candidate Gregory Smith with On Bean, a Preppie.
I am Gregory Jordan Smith, a country boy from Summerville, Georgia. I joined the Air Force at the age of 18. We'll provide communication for Army Rangers. We would provide communication for pilots of different kinds, A-10s, F-16s, F-15s, the whole genre of pilots at different places in all over Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. And so you could be going anywhere. And so it was a requirement to come to work with your bags packed, if not in your office, then in the trunk of your car, ready to go at a moment's notice.
You guys are gonna take my table? I just got the table. Come on, guys.
Give it up.
They took my desk from me. In other news, the Academy radio station KAFA, or KAFA, recently started a regular morning show. The morning show will include interviews with a variety of people from around the base to discuss what their role is in the Academy and what's going on around the base. Last week, Colonel Rick LaCastro, the 10th Air Base Wing Commander, was on the show letting people know a little bit about himself, along with some of the outstanding things the 10th Air Base Wing is doing around here. He also brought his iPod on the show to share some of his favorite music. I've actually thrown my name into the hat to try to get on the air with Dave West, the host, primarily to promote this show and the rest of our social media stuff, but also just because I think it'd be really cool. All right, now it's time for sports. Let me apologize in advance for this show being rather sports heavy. In case you didn't know, and I'm sure you don't because I've never told you, I'm also the editor of the base newspaper, the Academy Spirit. You should read it, it's free. I'm kind of busy. And while we have plenty of news that we write about, we don't always film it. Contractors.
Hey!
Anyway, sports is always easy to get a hold of, so sometimes we'll be a little sports heavy, whatever. First up, Air Force hockey. The Black Knights from West Point, you gotta slow it down, you're going way too fast with the prompter.
And what was that comment about contractors?
Yeah, we love contractors, they're my favorite. The Black Knights from West Point came to town for a 2-game series January 14th and 15th. The Falcons took it to them in the first game, winning 5-1. I was actually at this game with my wife, getting a little time away from the kids. It was an awesome game with a lot of big hits, and there seemed to be a lot of animosity between these two teams. I mean, even more so than usual for hockey teams. Anyway, 5 different players scored for the Falcons, and freshman goaltender Jason Torf finished the game with 27 saves. After that beatdown, apparently Army wasn't having it and won the second game 5-4. Got an itch. Falcons fell behind 3-0 in the first period, but came back and tied the game until late in the third period when the Knights scored 2 goals in the final 4 minutes of the game. Boo.
Especially that open net goal.
Thanks for bringing that up, Kevin.
Did not.
I did hear that one of the Army players lost a glove at some point and had someone skate over his hand. It's just not a hockey game without some blood, you know. He was fine though, and he came back to play later in the game. Falcons traveled to the University of Connecticut for another 2-game series January 21st to 22nd. They're 4th in the Atlantic Hockey Association, while the Huskies are in 6th place. While we're here talking about hockey, let's talk about someone who isn't a part of the team but still does her part for the team, or wait, that doesn't really make sense. Time with the team and she's on the team.
Just get to it.
Okay. Here's Cadet 4th class Melissa Ratliff explaining how she became the hockey girl, ice girl. What do we call her?
Spokesperson?
I guess spokesperson. Guess we didn't really figure that out before we did the segment, huh?
Because I really want to come out and represent my school. So I tried out and got a good email a week later saying I got the gig. Freshmen are put under such pressure and challenge, and I kind of want to show that no matter who you are, you can overcome it, and you can do stuff you love, and you can get out there and have a good time, and no matter how hard it is, you still want to represent your school. It's funny how much the Academy prepared me for this experience. It really taught me to keep your bearing and to not crack under pressure no matter what the conditions are.
You know, I'd seen her at about 4 different games. I had no idea she was a cadet. Next up, the men's Falcons basketball team lost to UNLV Rebels at home 64-52 January 15th. The loss dropped the Falcons to 1-2 in Mountain West play. Meanwhile, Air Force Boxing opened its winter semester with 11 bouts at Friday night fights. Check out the link below for more on that. That's just way too much to talk about. I mean, I love to hear myself talk, but no. Our 13th ranked men's gymnastics team opened their 2011 season with a strong showing at the Rocky Mountain Open in Denver, January 15th. The highlight of the competition was sophomore James Okamoto, I hope I said that right, who took first place on the pommel horse. Cadets Nash Mills and Tori Brown also tied for second on the vault with career best scores. Also in Denver, the Falcons swimming and diving teams were swept by Denver and UNLV January 14th. I saw the scores, and to be honest, it wasn't that close. Check out the link below to see more. Let's see. Oh, our rifle team also competed last week. They fell to TCU 4,662 to 4,610. I honestly don't have any idea how that scored, but apparently that means it was kind of close. Finally, man, that was a lot of sports. We had the all-comers track and field meet here January 14th. The Falcons had 11 top finishers among the collegiate competition. For more information on these sports stories, because I don't honestly know anything about some of these sports, click on the links below and read the full story. All right, to finish out the show, we asked some of our fans to sound off with their favorite part of Air Force hockey. Oh, yes, it's also at the hockey game. We get it. We'll work on that next week.
Well, tonight especially, it's Air Force Army. That's going to be the greatest. It's a showdown. And it's just going to be really, really exciting tonight.
That it was, my friend. That it was.
My roommate's in it. Aaron, quick.
Did you check out the cinematography on that shot? Man, what wasn't that on the Golden Globes this weekend? I think that would have been good. Yeah? Good
Keep
stuff.
it up, I'll make the teleprompter run even faster.
Air Force hockey is totally rad. It's awesome. Best hockey ever.
Totally rad. Man, he's taking it back to the 80s.
Straight up, I'm gonna lay it down. Air Force is the best Air Force in the world, United States Air Force. And so obviously, therefore, our hockey team is the best hockey team in the world, so why wouldn't I come out and watch Air Force hockey?
Okay, we get it. The Air Force is awesome. How many times did he say Air Force in that clip? It's like 5 or 6. Okay, that's everything we have this week. For more information on the things we talked about, again, click the links below. If you were watching this in Mitchell Hall, you should already know all this stuff. So shame on you if you don't. And please let us know what you think in the comment box below. And until next week, I'm Sergeant Hoy. Oh, and I promise you, we'll try to get more news stuff next week.
It'd be really easy to get more new stuff if we had some direction.
If the editor for the paper got a hold of you and said, hey, this is happening.
Yeah.
I'll talk to that guy.
About that.
What a jerk.